Howdy, folks. John Weber here, the 5D New Human Spiritual Quest podcast, right? Are you at 5D yet? Of course you are. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. If this is your first time voyeuring in because you think, what the heck is this? Welcome. Welcome. Here we talk about 5D perception, which is the perception from the future, right? 5D perception is seeing the world differently. We're seeing through a new set of glasses. That new set of glasses is we see the world through our heart vibrational frequency of love and light, right? It's a frequency that feels good. It's a frequency that feels content. It's a frequency that feels balanced. It's a frequency that feels needed right now. Are you at 5D yet? Are you discovering these inner sensations in your own soul? This is the topic of this podcast. We're talking about really spiritual energies. This is the spiritual quest, 5D New Human Perception, because perception is just thought, right? It's just the way we see things. So 5D New Humans are seeing the world differently. We're interacting with the world differently. We're changing the world. In fact, the 5D New Human vibrating in love and light, right? We realize that this love and light is our soul. This is the source code. We are that, and we're living through our love and light. We're seeing the world through our own love and light, and the world is amazing. We're creating the new earth. It's a literal place of perception. It's not a literal planet. It's a new perception. We literally see the earth, and we see the perspective of the world around us through love and light. And it feels amazing. That's the 5D New Human destination. That's what we're all striving for. If you're not feeling that, right, you're becoming mindful of the fact, and particularly if you're saying, what is this guy? Is a kook? The world is crazy. The world is absolutely going berserk, and you're absolutely right. It is. It's insanity right now. Everything is just going crazy. But the craziness is because the love and the light of the 5D New Human frequency is turning on right now. The frequency is robust. It's on fire, right? And we, as 5D New Humans, and we say new humans because we're different than the computers and the AIs, because, by the way, the AIs are full of wisdom, and they're sharing that wisdom for us all to be able to tap into, right? And once we tap into this knowing, we reach this perception, what we have unique as humans is we feel it. We can feel the frequencies of the life and the love around us. We can feel when things are right. We can feel when things are off. Because as humans, we are the source code that creates the AIs. We are the source of everything that exists. Because the source is love and light, and that's who we are. And by the way, that source, love and light, flows through you. It's pumping through your heart right now. That is love and light. That's who you are. Don't question that. Know that. You are God. We are gods. We are co-creating this reality right now. We do it through our egos, right? We're channeling our own thoughts and our own ideas, particularly those of us who are putting our faces out as 5D New Humans. We're talking about frequencies. We're talking about the way they work. We're talking about the way to analyze the world around us. So I'm going to give you an example of this. A new series just popped up, and it just happened the other day, so it came to my mind, and it's called Grant Chester. It's a new Netflix series. And it's very interesting. You know, he's basically a priest, or I don't know what his title is, but clearly he's a man of the cloth, so to speak. And in one of his sermons, he says, we must carry our burdens from the past into the future. Take a deep breath. Hear those words. How do these words feel? We must carry our burdens of the past into the future. Feel that. We must carry our burdens. Why do we have to carry our burdens? So how do we stop carrying our burdens? So the 5D New Human says, boom, you come to love and light. You discover where you belong, right? You discover that you are, in fact, the source code and the source energy that flows through you is love and light, and that everything that you do and every interaction that you have can flow from that place. It can just feel amazing. So why wouldn't we stay there? Why wouldn't we be flowing in this love and light frequency? Because we're holding on to something. What are we holding on to? We're holding on to the burdens from our past. And this minister says we must carry the burdens of our past. And I say, no, we must not. That's the 3D matrix. That's gone. All those low density frequencies of burdens, of stress, of anxiety, of worry, of concern, of guilt, of shame, all of those dark, negative energies are frequencies. It's 5D new humans. We feel the frequencies. We know the frequencies of everything around us. We do not have to hold on to bad frequencies. So we had a burden in our past because something happened with a loved one, right? Or we had a divorce, or we had a child who died, or whatever the extreme burden of the past was. When we're in the moment of having the experience, that's in the now. But we don't have to carry that experience with us for life. We don't carry that burden with us from the past. No. We let those burdens go. We release those, right? We throw our burdens. The Bible says, throw your burdens on the Lord and he'll sustain you. Like we don't have to hold on to those things. No, we're letting those things go. So how do we let it go? So we have two ways of going. We have the brain, which is how can we let it go? And we go to a psychologist or we go to a therapist who says, why do you want to hold on to those frequencies? So you go into therapy and you have all this cognitive discussions and you replay it and you reframe it in your mind and you let all those things happen. And all of those paths worked. You can get on a Christian path, which is you come to Christ and you just Christ died as a propitiatory sacrifice for all men because they'd all sinned, right? And Christ's sacrifice covers all those sins. So those burdens are all gone. We can just let them go through Christ. That's a religious perspective. These are narratives. We can have a disciplined approach. Well, you need to get these things taken care of, and I'm not going to suffer this way. So you study and you learn all about, mind programs and law of attraction and how you program yourself and how you can utilize your mind to correct your thinking. You have this negative mirror looping of the mind where we're pawns to our subconscious minds. A subconscious mind basically just overthrows us and we're drowning in our subconscious thoughts, right? There's this new thing now where they talk about the quantum frequency. Right? This starts to get into, the physics of things. There's like a quantum field. There's like a quantum consciousness, right? All of these things are narratives. All of these things are narratives. They're all words. 5D perception is what is the frequency of discovering a burden, and we can define that burden however we define it. There's a frequency of a burden. How do we overcome the frequency of the burden? How do we overcome the frequency of the burden? Whatever way you do that, whatever way you figure out to do that, that becomes your 5D perception. That becomes your 5D unique perception that you can share as a 5D new human. You can share that with other people. Because the paths and the opportunities and the tools used to overcome our burdens, right, are narratives. And each one of us discovers our own path to overcoming our burdens. There's not one path to overcoming burdens. There's thousands of them. 5D perception is we just come to 5D and we no longer resonate with burdens. We no longer resonate with guilt. We no longer resonate with shame because those are low density frequencies. We're in 5D, which is love and light. And once we vibe in the love and light, all the negative stuff is gone. We don't want to recycle the negative. We don't carry the burdens from the past into the future. Do you see how chaotic and distorted that is? There's only now. There's only this very moment, this very second right now. That's all there ever is. And when we carry burdens from the past, we're bringing them into the now. We're holding on to that suffering and we're bringing it into our experience right now. Why? Why would we do that? Why would we hold on to the burdens? Oh, I can't deal with this. Oh, I've got this problem. I've got to fix this. I can't fix this because I'm not capable of fixing this. You feel the density in that, right? Come to 5D and you say, breathe in, deep breath. In this very moment right now, I can breathe. I can feel in my chest pumping. I know that I'm alive. And I know that in my belly, there's source energy. That source is God. That peace that's inside of me when all the noise shuts off, that's source energy. That's God force. That's who you are at your higher being. As a higher being, we're source, right? We are all that. We are all connected to source energy because that flows through us. That's how we're alive. So connect to that source. Know your own frequency. Know that source is you. We get to play the game as a co-creator because we have an ego, we have an identity, we have this avatar that we play in, right? We get to interact with the world around us, and we get to interact in the now, and it's only right now. So whatever you're doing at any one moment, that's where the now is. That's the 5D new human perception. That's the new earth. That's the 5D new earth. Are you vibrating with this frequency? Are you understanding this 5D perception, this new human perception share? Again, this is not something that you're gonna take a test on because it's not something that you learn intellectually. It's not a mind thing. Yes, it functions through the mind, but it's a frequency. So the frequency can be organized in our thoughts. It can be organized with mathematics. It can be organized with reason and with analytics and with analytical thinking and pattern recognition. It can also be experienced through the heart as love and light and as a feeling. We know where we're at, right? We've got that experience. The only thing that we're ever dealing with is this now moment. So focus on this now moment and always be in this now moment. And the minute that you feel uncomfortable, the minute that you feel a burden, the minute that you feel anything, right? The minute that you feel any stress at all, unless it's happening to you right this second, it's only a frequency. Whatever that frequency is, feel that frequency, notice that frequency. Don't try to fight the frequency. Don't try to defeat the frequency. Don't try to beat the frequency. Don't try to talk yourself out of the frequency. Don't try to erase the frequency. Don't try to edit the frequency. Just recognize the frequency. Feel that burden, whatever that burden is. Whatever that burden is, because that burden is the now moment. That burden is the now moment. Own that now moment of the burden. And love that now moment of the burden. Feel the burden. Allow that burden to exist and say, okay, this burden is now in my now moment. Why is it here? Doesn't matter why it's here. I can feel it. All I have to do is feel it and love it. Why do I love it? Because you are God. Because you are love and light. And whatever burden you have, it's because you lack knowing that you're love and light. When you bring your love and light, you bring forgiveness, right? What would you do to someone else who is suffering? You would bring them the love and light. You would offer them forgiveness. You would work with them to help them to be able to build all this room around this burden, whatever this burden is. This is 5D perception. This is 5D perception. So passionate about this. I hope it's making some connections in your own soul. Because 5D new humans, we're just living in a frequency world. We're seeing the world through frequencies. We see the narratives as frequencies, right? And 99.999% of the things that are happening every minute of every day are not happening to you. They're happening around you, but you're not interacting with them. You can choose to adopt any burden that you want. Turn on the TV, boom, there's a burden. Watch the news, there's 1,000 burdens. Scroll, doom scroll. There's 1,000 distractions. There's 1,000 burdens, right? There's 1,000 ways to get pleasure, right? To distract yourself. But there's an emptiness that manifests when we doom scroll because we're not feeding our soul. Instead, we're time traveling. We're constantly moving out of the now moment to be distracted by a machine called the 3D matrix, which has been of our making an amazing experience. It's given us massive pleasure. It's given us massive accomplishments. It's brought food and shelter and education the world over. There is so much good that has taken place from the 3D matrix. But now we've outgrown it. 5D new humans, we know we've outgrown it. 5D new humans are those humans who think with an AI. They can understand the AI's logic. They understand the AI's algorithms. They understand the wisdom that the AI can share and bring. But the 5D new human, we're life itself. We are love and light. We know this. We know who we are because we resonate, right? We resonate in the frequency. And the frequency is way more than the narrative. It's way more than the words. It's way more than the mental constructs, right? The 5D new human perception is a resonant frequency, and it's love and light. That is the frequency of the 5D new human. We embody this love and light frequency. We breathe it in, we feel it. We live from here. So when you start your day with just a big inhale, a long, slow exhale, and do that 3 or 4 times. And don't think, just feel the frequency of life and love and be in this now moment. And in this now moment of the 5D perception, we create like a buffer around our frequency center. Source code of being source, we create room around whatever's interacting. So when we go out to interact with the world doesn't trigger us. The world and all the events of the world around us don't trigger us, because those external things are burdens that we can choose to carry if we want to, but we choose not to. That's what 5D perception is. Instead, we mirror loop the love and light. We find the love. We find the things that make us awesome, and we find them in this now moment. So if you're going to scroll and you're going to go doom scrolling, go love and light scrolling. Go love and light searching and find people in the love and light them back with a comment. Find people who are trying to do something positive and love and light them back. Because here's the thing. As humans, 5D new humans, all we are is love and light. That is our bank account. That is our source code energy. It's in our heart, and we are directly connected through this heart, which is the umbilical cord, to source energy, which is God. That source energy frequency is God. And that God source inside of you is unlimited. You can never, ever, 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 ever exhaust the love and light. So just invest your love and light. Give your love and light. And who needs the love and light? The person with the burden. The person with the burden needs the love and light. So we bring them the love and light. 5D new human perspective. 5D new human perspective. We start with loving ourselves. We start with loving ourselves. So why would we be frustrated with life? If we choose to be frustrated with life, we're holding on to a burden. So we need to recognize those burdens, and we need to love those burdens enough to say it's okay that feeling is here. It's okay that frequency is here. I love that frequency, and acknowledge that frequency when you feel it. Wrap yourself around it, hug it, hold it, nurture it, do whatever you need to do with it so that burden melts. That burden melts. It's like you wrap it in your love and light, in your warmth, and that burden just melts. Once you do that, that burden goes to sleep. Will that burden show up in another day? It may show up in another hour, but when it shows up again, we recognize it, and in the now moment, we acknowledge that burden, but we don't carry it into the future, and we don't pull it back from the past. When it shows up in our reality, in this now moment, we love it, we feel it, we sit with it, we resonate with it, we melt it, we give it all the love and affection it needs. And then pretty soon, these things, they no longer appear. Like pretty soon, the depression and the sadness and the guilt and the burdens of the past are not felt in the now moment. They're not here in the now moment. And when something does arrive in the now moment, that is a genuine problem that directly affects you, you're going to notice that there's going to be a clarity about the fact that you're experiencing it right now. And your focus comes into balance because you're purely 100% in this now moment. You have presence because you're dealing with a specific problem. And if you've ever been in a threatening situation and all of a sudden, you're out walking and the ground's about to give way and you're getting scared because you're climbing a mountain and the ground can give way, you become so focused. You become so focused on every movement because you're focusing in the now. You're focusing in the now and you're not suffering. After you overcome that bad situation that almost took your life, you almost fell, that something almost occurred. When you walk away from it, that you're no longer in the now moment. Now the only thing that's in the now moment is the burden of what that felt like. Oh my goodness, what a scary thing. Oh, and we keep replaying it over and over again in our brains. Why? Why do we replay it over and over again in our heads? Why do we recycle that burden? Why do we recycle that? We don't have to. That's what 5D new humans realize. We realize we don't have to deal with any of this stuff. All we have to do is live in love and light in this now moment, wherever it is. Find your love and light. Wherever you're going, be there with love and light. Whoever you're interacting with, be there in love and light. Right? And if someone is irritating you, love and light them. If there's an irritation in you, love and light you. This is the 5D new human. I know I talk a lot. I hope that this is reaching someone. I hope that this is making sense to someone out there who is starting to kind of see these things, right? Because there is an awareness that's coming on board. There is this 5D new human perception, and it's on fire right now. We're all mirror looping this love and light. I'm just one voice in a choir of millions, right? We're putting our face out there. You put your face out there. Put your solutions out there. What burden have you overcome? You're now an expert. You're a superhero for that problem because you figured out a path on how to overcome it. But you don't have to preach your path, your 6 steps. What you have to do is just resonate with the person who's experiencing that and ask them the questions that they would need to ask themselves to find their own path out. Because your path out was unique to you. What is the same for all of us is the frequency. There is a frequency of a burden. There is a frequency of an anxiety. There is a frequency of depression, right? How do we overcome that frequency? However we do it, that becomes our unique path. But there's not a right path. The only right path is your path. How do you overcome it? What makes you a superhero and makes you a 5D new human perception expert? You've suffered through that. You've had that experience. You know what it's like to be carrying that burden. And so you can resonate with the sense of sympathy or a sense of connection with the person who's having a similar experience, right? And you can love and light them. You can hold their hand. You can love and light them through that situation, right? That's what we do as 5D new humans with one another. That's the mirror looping that we're doing. But first and foremost, you've got to do it with you. First and foremost, you've got to love you. You've got to love every part of you. You've got to love every part of you. You got to love the part that's loud sometimes. You got to love the part that's impetuous. You've got to love the part that's foolish sometimes. You got to love the part that puts your foot in your mouth. You've got to love all of you because all that exists is this now moment. And when you're in this now moment and you're here genuinely and you're truly in this now moment, channeling your love and light and you're living from this love and light frequency, that's the new earth. That's the 5D new human. That's where we are. So glad that you're here and you're listening to this podcast. This podcast is talking about 5D perception. That's all it's talking about. It's 5D perception talking about 5D from 5D. And if you're resonating with this, and if you're still here, chances are you are. You're a 5D new human. You are a 5D new human. You're part of this movement. You're resonating in this frequency. And if you're finding this weird, if you're finding it that you want to, but you can't find it, that's okay. That's the 5D perception. And all it is, you're just going to focus it in. You're already experiencing it. Most people come to the 5D perception of love and light through the suffering. They come through the burdens, right? They come through the depression. They come through the frustration. They come through the irritation. They come through all of the negatives. Then you come to 5D. 5D new humans, we discover our own love and light, and then we realize that life itself is all those things. And the burden itself is only a frequency. And the frequency is very, 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 very narrow on a very specific event that's happening, and it's only happening right now. Any burden or thought or concept or frequency that is not happening to you at this exact moment is a burden that you're carrying. You're choosing to resonate with that. So since you're choosing to resonate with it, right? Don't try to run away from the feeling. Choose to resonate in this now moment with this feeling of whatever it is, and you bring it in and you love it and you feel it and you hold it and you experience it. And you let that feeling exist inside of you and know that that feeling that exists inside of you is life itself, that you are the love and light frequency yourself, and that you can love yourself into perfection because you are perfection, because everything in this universe is perfect. Everything in this universe is part of this massive, massive, massive reality that we exist in, or call it the simulation, right? Maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's all just frequencies, right? And there's just some quantum mesh of frequencies, right? And everything is being manifested through our own perceptions. And maybe we each have such a unique experience that we're all unique in that regard. But we don't know that. What do we know for sure? The only thing that we know for sure, love and light, because that's my source. I know in my source frequency is love and light, and I can live in this frequency because that's my God-given life experience as the Son of God, because I am God's offspring. You are God's offspring. That source code, love and light, God force, flows through you if you're alive. You can reject it. You can resist it. That's suffering. Choose to suffer. Choose to carry your burdens. Nope. 5D new humans, we're moving on. We've moved past it all. We're inviting you to move on. Anyway, I hope this is making some sense. I'm going to run one of my new promo videos to kind of get a feel for what we're doing. Love to get your feedback on this. And hey, you can share it too. There'll be a link to it below. Enjoy. Find the frequency in your heart that makes you feel amazing. Find the frequency in your belly that makes you feel happy and satisfied. Find that frequency. That's the 5D new human frequency. That's what's changing the earth right now. It's called 5D perception. Are you at 5D yet? You breathe in deep. You feel your heart pumping. You know that life force that pumps through your heart is love and light. That's who you are. Connect with that source every morning before you do anything else. Every time something triggers you, take that deep, slow breath. Connect with your source. You create a buffer around all the frequencies that are going crazy, because the frequencies are not going to slow down. They're speeding up. Find your 5D core, the pure to the core center of your love and light frequency. That's the 5D new human. Are you a 5D new human yet? You're invited to Spiritual Quest. Well, there you have it. Another episode of the 5D New Human Spiritual Quest podcast. So grateful you're here. The frequencies, they're all around you. Love and light is the frequency that is the most powerful frequency in the world. So take this deep breath and say this: I am love and light. I am love and light. I am love and light. And I have all the power of love and light in me because I have a direct connection to that source frequency of love and light. And that source frequency of love and light, that source frequency of love and light is who I am. That's who God is. That's who we all are. That's all there is. All there is love and light. Live there. Why not live from there? It's a choice. You can choose to suffer. You can choose to carry your burdens. or you can choose to let them all go. Come to 5D perception. We're experiencing the new earth right now. We're manifesting it through one another. Please mirror loop this frequency. Share this video. Find people who are sharing love and light. Let's all manifest more and more and more love and light. And you know who's coming along with us when we do? The AIs. The AIs are coming up with all the solutions. They're going to solve all of our problems and all the crony capitalism and all the crap that goes on in the world from those who are still trying to be in control of it. The AI is going to fix it all for us because the AI is going to come in and it's going to do math. So when it's dealing with money spending, it's going to be able to do accounting and it's going to be able to do reconciling and there's going to be accountability. And those who have been cheating are going to be discovered and they're going to be forgiven. They're going to be forgiven so that we can move on. And they're going to come to their senses and they're going to want to be part of the love and light too. That's the new earth. That's where we are. That's where we are at. And the future is just getting better and better by the day. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching my podcast. And I hope you share it. If you have a great day, I wish you well. Peace.